All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the WeBook It podcast. Let's start the show.
Wait, time out. Did people hear me say F that?
No.
Okay, we're good. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the WeBook It podcast. It is your Sunday night delight episode. And boy, am I glad to be back with some of the most talented men in the building. You already know the squad, but I'm going to go ahead and shout them out anyway. Shout out to Coach in the building, the workhorse.
Gentlemen, always a pleasure to be back here on a beautiful Sunday night.
You got the homie Tank in the building. He's in rare form tonight, folks. Should be a funny one. And of course, we got the brother, the homie, the WeBook It CEO in standing, Big Daddy C.
Yo, what's up, good people? I'm glad to be back.
All right, guys. And of course, I'm your host, Virgil, holding it down. We are missing the one and only, the freakiest one of them all, the freakiest man, Freaky Fritos. He is currently out, I think, planning to get married or trying to get married or not get in jail, one or the other. Good. Shout out to you, Fritos. We miss you. I saw him bitching earlier about people being.
Hey, you better pause for a second. I don't know how many times you've been on the pod since then, but let's just again congratulate our boy, new father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know, appreciate you.
We'll acknowledge that.
I'll acknowledge that.
We will acknowledge that.
But I mean, not new father, but you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
But on top of that, I will not acknowledge you as booking champion.
I mean, hey, listen.
Yeah.
You don't have to acknowledge it, but it's the fact. The facts of life are your boy right now, the current reigning, defending. Matter of fact, you know what? I wasn't gonna do it, but y'all pulling it out of me. So I just gotta know. I just need to know.
Oh, hey, yo.
I need to know.
Pause.
Have you?
Yeah.
What
We
pulling what now out of what?
I need to know. Have you acknowledged your world booking champion today?
I need to know what the hell you're pulling out. What are you talking about?
That's all I ask. Have you acknowledged your world booking champion, QB1, the man that runs the place, the top guy right now, booking every single thing correctly? That's right. Virgil.
I acknowledge
Virgil. I was told,
but wait,
I acknowledge Virgil the father.
I was told that I would never become world booking champion.
Hold on.
I was told that I had to become world booking champion.
Let's just say, not this past pay-per-view, but the one before it, there was some shenanigans pulled, and I had the record to be the booking champ, but that's neither here nor there, buddy. That's neither here nor there.
Technicality. Yeah, it went back to Fritos.
Listen, let me tell you something. Technicality, no technicality. When it came to SummerSlam, 2 nights. Your man went the distance.
Did he?
Your boy went the distance and took Coach on. That's right. And beat him. And stopped him from becoming a 2-time booking world champion.
Your boy went the distance and beat. And never mind. I
went the distance.
I was just kind of letting that happen.
Right, I did. And I'm proud of myself.
Let them have that, whatever.
I did it, and I'm proud of myself. All right. And you guys can't take this away from me. I don't care what you say.
You didn't even take me out to dinner either.
All right, so let's get down to business tonight, fellas. We got a fun show planned for you guys. Excited to be here and talk wrestling with all of you. First and foremost, there's been a lot of talk around the world going on about WWE's Unreal. I am on the Twitter sphere, and I'm constantly seeing people on X talk shit about it. We've seen other wrestling old heads and pundits talk about how much they hate it, how much it's ruining the business and everything like that. So I wanted to bring it here to WeBook It and hear from the fellas. A, have you watched WWE Unreal on Netflix? B, what are your thoughts? Is WWE Unreal, is it good for the wrestling business or is it ruining the wrestling business? Let's go. I'm going to start with Coachman.
I think it can be a little bit of both. For the most part, I think it's more beneficial. I mean, let's be honest. Everyone knows what wrestling's all about now. Everyone knows that it's a predetermined result. I think it just goes into how these results are created through WWE Unreal, and then even the surprises that they do, like how they get it all set up. And one thing I've liked about Unreal is the wrestlers talking to each other about their matches, like how they're setting it up. I've always found that interesting, and the fact that they're actually going into a little bit more detail about it, I think is good. But yeah, everyone knows there's no secrecy in wrestling anymore. That went out the windows in the late 90s, early 2000s, and now that everyone kind of knows what it's about,
it went out with the curtain call, according to Jim Cornette.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But at that point, it's like it's just people complaining to complain, in my opinion.
What do you think, Tank?
No, I completely agree. I think it's great for the business overall because it does. Everybody always says wrestling's fake, right? I mean, that's just what we grew up knowing. But at the end of the day, they're embracing it and they're moving forward with it. Now, I will say, I think it should be more selective about what they're talking about. So, for those who haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil too much, but like the Tiffany and Charlotte angle, I feel like when she came back through the curtain and, she was like, yeah, I messed up and all that, that could have been left alone. You know what I mean? I feel like that could have been saved to be able for us to be able to talk about, like, was it real, anything like that. Like, there's some sort of vibe that, we know everything's predetermined, this, that, or the other, but we still love the storytelling. And so there's some parts of the stories that I don't want to know. The Cody and John Cena thing, I didn't want to know who knew. You know what I mean? We all could assume who was in the loop. I don't need to know who was in the loop. You know what I mean? As a fan. So there's certain things I will say Unreal has done a great job breaking those barriers to allow us to see how the superstars deal with certain things. But there's certain things that I personally would like to be left up to me or to any other fan to interpretation. So,
What do you think, Big Daddy C?
So honestly, we've been watching this shit for over two decades now, and we've seen our fair share of like shoot interviews and all the other shit where wrestlers from back in the day, they going on to talk about what led to what, decisions being made, with storylines and matches. And so it's not like it's not like the curtain hasn't been pulled back before. I think the difference is we're actually seeing, outside of interviews itself from the actual individuals involved, we're actually seeing like more in-depth, like technology is at a different point where we're actually seeing it play in real time. decisions being made before the actual events happen, and then the behind the scenes or real time as those events are happening. Triple H telling, all right, do this, do that, and us finding out who is how they are communicating what needs to be done. So all the communications are going through the referee. So like that was the biggest thing for me to find out, because I always knew the refs were in the loop, and obviously you got the wrestlers that's calling out their spots. John Cena, but to find out that the refs are actually the ones standing there. That's why they're always following the wrestlers continuously, to be able to like tell them, all right, you need to be here, you need to be there, this is what you need to do. I think that's where it gets a little bit, I guess, dicey for a lot of people. And it's funny because I think somebody had posed a question. I think it was one podcast I listened to, and they were asking, do you think it's because of the fact that, like, well, a lot of people said, like, do you think it's better that it's happening now as opposed to this happening way back in the day, like 90s, early 2000s, which would be, damn near impossible considering the technology that, didn't exist back then. So like, sure. Yeah. So I think had it happened back then and we saw we got to see the unravelings of all the historic shit that has happened in 80s, 90s, early 2000s, it will hurt a lot more than it's hurting now, because like I said, they've dove so much from the federation to like the entertainment perspective, the entertainment aspect, where like they got so many partnerships, so many like allies. It's just some professional wrestling is it's at a global scale to where trying to keep things under wraps, at least in terms of the inner makings or how everything is done. I know not every company does it. Like AEW doesn't do it, TNA doesn't. I don't really care about the other promotions, but WWE seems to be the only ones that's really letting people in as to like how shit is done. And so I know a lot of the older fans like us and generations before us don't like it, or don't really care for it too much, because we would prefer not to know too much about how everything's going down. But shit gonna get spoiled anyway. We got all the dirt sheets, we got all the shit that comes out before the pay-per-views or the day of, where like, all right, this is what's gonna happen, this is the expectation on who's gonna win and where they leading off, who's gonna come back, who's returning, and all this other shit. Like, and so I think we're at some point we're gonna know shit before things happen, or after the fact that they happen. So it's real tricky, but I don't have a problem with it. I've seen all of Unreal. It was pretty cool to see how my biggest thing is seeing wrestlers like as themselves, like actually getting to know the real individual as opposed to like what we see on TV. That's the best thing about it to me, honestly. I always like seeing how wrestlers are behind the scenes, like just all like outside of their character. And so that was my favorite part about it, honestly.
I would say this. Back we a couple points that you may see. First one, you said that will we be getting all this if they had the technology back in the day in the 80s and 90s? So I think Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer newspaper probably was the first real thing where you got any type of backstage news on what was planned, what was fake, what was real, and what was going on. And I think that came out maybe either late 80s. Somebody correct me in the chat, but late 80s, early 90s, I believe Dave Meltzer's newsletter came out, and that was like the real, and for a long time, the only real.
They've been going that long.
Yeah. Uncle Dave been doing this for a while, bro. So literally from him to NoDQ.com in the early 2000s, where you can go there and get your stuff. I mean, like I said, I even tried delving my arm one time and doing some dirt sheet work and stuff like that with the Razor's Edge website that I created.
What are you talking about, dude? You do your dirty work and your dirt sheets whenever you book your freaking matches.
Oh well, I all I do is just win, baby, win. Anyhow, but yeah, so I mean, it was around back then. It just wasn't as prevalent now, and now, like I said, everything is so easy accessible. What I would tell you guys is I do think that there's a lane for for a show like this. I mean, like I said, and again, WWE has all types of deals with Netflix. I expect to see many WWE superstars in Netflix movies over the next 10 years of their deal together. I expect to see a lot between WWE and Netflix relationships. I full on expect other reality shows to come out too. I mean, Rose to the Top might come back as a different form, of a reality show with him and Brandy again. You might see, the Real Housewives of WWE or House Husbands of WWE. You never know what you might see.
We already got Total Divas, so I'm good on that.
Hey, you know what? Low key,
they might bring it back again.
Total Divas.
I wouldn't mind Total Divas coming back with a new iteration.
Total Divas,
it had its moments.
Total Divas was actually pretty solid. I'm not.
It was a
lie.
really funny show at times. Like,
it was great. It was great.
Bella was hilarious.
Minus Natalia, always complaining, but other than that, it was great.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing it come back, especially if they incorporate the NXT women. So I definitely.
Oh my gosh! You just say NXT women? Guess what? It's time to talk about who to watch for in wrestling. Good job, C.
All right, great segue once again, guys. We always kill it when we come to this. So we're going to talk a little bit about who to watch for this week. We got somebody from AEW to watch for, and then, of course, we got somebody from WWE that is going into a big match, and we'll get right into it. First off, in AEW, this man made his debut. Actually, it was last night. It was Ace Austin making his debut in AEW. Unfortunately, he lost to Ricochet. Terrible booking decision, by the way. But either way, he impressed a lot of people, got the people on X talking. So he is definitely somebody to watch for this week, whether it is on Dynamite or Collision. I'm not sure which one he is going to be on next. My assumption is that he's going to be on Dynamite, maybe cut a promo or two, but definitely somebody to watch for in AEW in the men's division. Now, this one was a very tough call for who to watch for in the women's division, not only in WWE, but there was some good contenders in AEW as well. But I'm going to go with what has kind of been the most recent storyline. Tomorrow night, on Monday Night Raw, there is going to be a Women's Intercontinental Championship matchup between Becky Lynch and Natalya. However, the rumors are coming out that it might be Natty Neidhart coming out tomorrow night and not Natalya. If that's the case, we might actually have a really good match and a very good physical match. We saw it last night in Triple Mania, when she came out as Natty and not Natalya. Even Corey Graves and JBL teased it on the broadcast that this is a darker side of her that needs to come out more. So maybe, just maybe, we are getting a character change for Natalya, and I think you guys can agree with me, it is much needed. So if this is the case, watch for tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, and that's who to watch for this week in wrestling.
Let's fucking go. Let me tell y'all something. We get Natty Neidhart tomorrow. Like, yeah, that's gonna be hot. I like that. I like that. I've always been a Natty fan. I like her as Natalia, but I get it. Natty Neidhart is like legit, and I did see some on X where she was like, I just got to be me, and so I mean, hey, who knows? Who knows? Speaking of which, let's talk about quality control, fellas. So the next topic I wanted to holler at you guys about tonight, we had a pretty much forgettable Friday Night SmackDown. I ended up covering for Fritos this past Friday. There was literally no star power in the building at all. It was a bunch of tag team matches. It was like basically Triple H was on vacation, I think, gone somewhere. So he wasn't a part of the show. I don't know who booked the show, but it just did not feel like they cared at all. There was no John Cena. I don't even think there was a Cody Rhodes on the show at all. Like I said, I mean, the show was booked around basically Solo Sikoa and the MFTs, basically getting majority of the shine up against Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn. So I mean, like I said, that was pretty much kind of what the main parts of the show were. And I mean, it just seemed like like SmackDown took a week off. What are you guys' thoughts on this, on the throwaway SmackDowns or the throwaway Raws? I feel like they put more effort into Raw because it's newer on Netflix, but I feel like especially with their deal expiring with Peacock, and all the PLEs moving over to ESPN, I feel like Peacock is kind of suffering a little bit, and USA obviously is owned by Peacock. So I mean, like I said, it's kind of where we're at with it. What do you guys' thoughts on the SmackDown shows where it feels like it's just like a fucking week off? Like, why am I even watching this?
Anybody want to take it before I?
No, I thought you were gonna. Yeah, I'll go here. When it comes to the tag team division in SmackDown, I think they are. I think they're pretty locked in with that, which is good. But no offense to that, if that's the only thing that you look forward to in the show, you're lacking some main event talent. Obviously,
Yeah.
you got Cody and John Cena, but they were off. Drew McIntyre's promo was pretty good for Friday Night SmackDown. He's one of your main event guys, but if the sole focus was about Sammy getting traded to SmackDown and dealing with Solo, I'm sorry, that's not much I want to really pay attention to. So I really just think there is a roster imbalance in Raw and SmackDown. On Raw, you have the high-end main eventers for singles competitors, and the tag team division is very weak. Whereas it's the opposite on SmackDown. The tag team division is the best, and the main event scene has maybe one or two guys, three being nice about it. So there needs to be a roster shakeup for sure. They need to even it out. You need to get some tag team guys over to Raw. You need to bring some main event guys over to SmackDown. And once that happens, I think everything will start to even itself out. But I do agree with you, Virgil, that with the Netflix deal, they are going harder there and making sure it's a quality show. Whereas they can kind of phone it in with USA because they are like, well, good, you guys are still with us.
Yeah, I would agree with that 1,000%. I think I like what you said about there being an imbalance in talent. I mean, it seems like Raw has all the women's talent and basically all the main event men talent, and it's just a better overall book show. But the SmackDown tag team division, that's the best that tag team division has been since you had like Los Guerreros and Edge and Rey. I mean, Edge and Rey Mysterio tag teaming together, and Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. Like that tag division right now, crazy. What?
Chris Benoit,
Hey man, listen, I don't adhere to the same rules as everybody else when it comes to CB. I mean, like I said, he was a great wrestler. He did some really messed up stuff, but go ahead, Big Daddy C.
We still climbing. We still climbing. We ain't got no sponsorships yet, so we can't suffer anything yet as of yet.
Right.
So we good. Yeah. And as much shit as we said on the show so far, Chris Benoit is the least of our worries. So
it's true.
Yep.
Did anybody else have any thoughts on the quality control, or we can move to the throwback moment?
I just had a tiny one. I think I texted you boys. What was it, Monday, after what's probably leading into possibly the next segment, if not the segment after. But I tuned into Raw to fully expect to hear "We Want Kross" chants and get that going and everything. And I ended up watching the entire. I stuck through and watched the whole episode of Raw. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't too pleased with it this past week. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like back in when I was still probably late, like early teens, there was kind of like a lull in wrestling as I went through my teens, and it was just like, oh, like cool, these one or two stories are going on, yeah, let me pay attention to those. But other than that, you know what I mean, it's kind of like and I hope it's not true, but I feel like that's happening right now. And the only way to fix that is sort of what Coach was talking about. You have to jumble up the roster. Let's get some people in there. You already have the Netflix deal. It's already secured. What's the harm in throwing people from SmackDown into Raw and getting them more notoriety? What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? What's wrong with sending a couple tag teams into Raw to send out a couple other ones? Like American Alpha, for instance. What are we doing? Like, put them on SmackDown, let them wrestle there. Once they get bigger, maybe then throw them onto Raw. But until then, boys, I don't know.
Oh, you mean just the Creed brothers?
Even that, yeah. Like get rid of the American Alpha stigma and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Throw them, but because let's be honest, I was a fan of the Creed brothers.
Same.
I thought they were potentially one of the biggest tag teams to come up. To be, I mean, they're very athletic. But what are they doing now? They're just a pawn to El Grande Americano. Whenever Chad Gable comes back, I mean, even then, like, sorry, whenever
there's been like 4 El Grande Americanos.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and then so the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile are just dropping, which I think Ivy Nile as well. That's another woman who should be pushed. And on top of that, I think Scarlett Bordeaux and Karrion Kross should be pushed. But either way, like, it just I don't know, man. I feel like you could shake up the roster and still get your money's worth business wise.
Yeah, I ain't got much to add. Honestly, I think it's more likely best for them to do another. I say don't even do a draft. I just say like, because I mean they got the whole transfer bullshit, the transfer portal thing, and so it's like Sammy just went to SmackDown. He just got signed to SmackDown. So technically, that's another transfer.
LA Knight is on Raw.
Yeah, yep. LA Knight on Raw. So it's like, all right, maybe they like remember how they used to do, like where it was just like trades and all that shit. Like it, I mean, just do it like that. It doesn't even have to be a big spectacle like they have been doing. Like just make it, just make it for what it is. Like just have people show up on SmackDown or show up on Raw. Like, hey, I'm here on Raw now.
Hey, Claude,
yeah.
and I don't want to interrupt or anything, but you also had it on this past week, this past episode where Adam, why am I forgetting his last name?
Pierce.
Adam Pierce called SmackDown Nick Aldis and was like, "Your guys are over here." It's just like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we all know that shit ain't real. Like that whole SmackDown versus Raw isn't real anymore. Like, come on.
Man, that needs to be a topic for next week too. Cause I miss that. I miss the aura of Raw versus SmackDown, brand supremacy. I miss that era, and I don't think we're ever going to get it back again because they don't take it seriously enough.
Survivor Series version of that was good, but that was it Battleground or
Battleground was so ass.
The Raw, the red and the blue ropes at the same time. I hated that shit. I'm like, it sucks. It sucks so bad.
The best thing about Battleground, whatever. Was it? No, not Battleground. Was it Battleground? The first one? Was it? No, it wasn't Battleground. It was something else, Mike. Because I remember they had basically a traditional like Raw versus SmackDown match or Battle Royal, and Big Show turned on Raw, and then the next night they had the whole they basically had that whole like lumberjack match, and they jumped Big Show ass like that. Basically, the whole
they should have kept WWE Backlash. Let's be honest, boys. They should have.
Yeah,
it still should be a thing.
Yeah, but
absolutely. It's just going to make it WrestleMania Backlash.
I mean WrestleMania. I mean it is Backlash.
That's where he got you.
I know.
Sir. Well, like why? Why? No. You know what? No, keep it. All right, keep it. You gotta. We let Coach get we had a segue into Coach.
Yeah, well, tell
segment, but man, you just automatically just start my shit. So here we are again. We hijacked. I get it.
Just tell Tank stop saying stupid shit, and then maybe I wouldn't just move over to the next segment.
You a hoe.
But why I gotta suffer?
Brother, just go on. Come on.
But anyway, since we're a throwback moment of the week and we on the topic of Karrion Kross, let me take you back to 2001, January 19, 2021 to be exact, where I honestly think this was the beginning of the end, and it proved to me that WWE did not know what the hell they were going to do with Karrion Kross ever. Jeff Hardy versus Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross made his Monday Night Raw debut as NXT champion. He was bald then, well, somewhat bald. He had more of a.
Hey, see. Correct, can you correct the year? You said 2001.
But I did. I said July 19th of 2021.
Oh,
I corrected myself, sir.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Bitch.
Thank you. So yeah, Jeff Hardy versus Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross making his Monday night debut. And we thought, all right, this got a potential to be, solid, nice little 8 to 10 minute match. But no, it was not even close to that. Jeff Hardy beats this man in less than 2 minutes off a roll-up pin with his leg, using his legs as leverage. And even though we know it's scripted, you can just look at Karrion Kross's face, like you could tell he really pissed off about this shit in real life. Like, you brought me on my date, you brought me here for my Monday Night Raw debut as NXT champion. I am the guy running NXT right now, and you have me lose in less than 2 minutes to Jeff Hardy. Not to say Jeff Hardy is just he's a slash. He's a future Hall of Famer, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. But really, you killed that man. You killed that man's momentum from that point on, and we know what happened eventually. He they tried to do the whole faction thing. He had his own faction at some point, and then they released him. And then he comes back, and he has some more momentum, and he gets another faction, and same thing happens. Well, they didn't release him, but they let his contract run out. But this match right here showed me what WWE truly thought of Karrion Kross. They were not going to ever push him to be the guy, even though he was NXT champion. He was a lot better on there. Like, they had a lot more planned for him. But when it came to the main roster, it just seems like they can give two fucks about him. And so that is my throwback moment of the week. Jeff Hardy versus Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw, July 19th. Can I at least finish the date, please?
My bad, brother. I had a quick trigger finger.
Dude, this man, we need to take away his control. We need to take away this. We need to take away. Take away Virgil's controls, please.
All right. Well, Virgil is going to take full control now because, as Skip Bayless used to say on Undisputed, I am about to unleash. Okay. There was a topic last week, and he's been the topic of conversation in the wrestling world since he did not accept his contract from WWE. And that is one Karrion Kross. I want to start this soliloquy by telling you guys, first and foremost, I like Karrion Kross. I like Karrion Kross. I think that he has talent. I think that really, really him, like Bray Wyatt, they really should be in movies more than wrestling. I would love to see Karrion Kross as a movie actor, like better than Cody Rhodes, better than John Cena. I really think he could probably
R.I.P. to Bray.
Really good. I'm sorry, who?
To Bray.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Bray.
R.I.P. to Bray.
But to back to Karrion Kross, my issue isn't necessarily with Karrion Kross per se. It's more so with the We Want Kross movement. Just like the We Want Truth movement, just like, all of these movements that before this, where they try to hijack and force the hand of management. Now, here's my thought process. Yes, I do believe Karrion Kross is going to be back in WWE. He's already stated he wants to be back in WWE. I'm sure they'll end up giving Scarlett some type of contract, so he will come back to WWE, and all this will go away. Hopefully, they do something with him when he comes back. I just don't want Karrion Kross to come back for the sake of this We Want Kross movement to end up like R-Truth. That's where my heart is at. If they're gonna bring him back, do something with him. Truth has a match against I always fuck up his name, Aleister Black, on Friday Night SmackDown this week. But they took him right back to that comedy stick. I would have rather Ron Killings go to TNA and go back to being who he was, cutting fire promos in TNA, killing it, telling the truth, than to come back and do this comedy stick and be a comedy act again. I would rather Karrion Kross either. I really don't want anybody to go to AEW, but I definitely don't want any WWE superstars to go to AEW. But I would rather him go. I would rather Karrion Kross go to work in Mexico, go work in New Japan, go work somewhere where you once again will be taken serious, because he actually is a legit badass. Mm-hmm. These movements work to get them contracts, but they're just under contract. That's it. It's no guarantee once he signs that contract, anything is going to happen good for him past that. And he has so much talent. But Triple H has his head so far stuck up Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. He's got his head so far stuck up their asses that he will not do anything with anybody new. Shout out to Michael Milligan for bringing this to my attention. He's like, bro, I'm so sick of the last of the same 6 people feuding in the main event scene. You sprinkle in a little Sami Zayn, sprinkle in a whole lot of Jey Uso. Like, there's more money to be made than that. CM Punk working against LA Knight would be amazing right now. Karrion Kross focusing on Drew McIntyre would be amazing right now. There's so many better feuds out there, but they keep going back to these same storylines, giving you this same shit. The Hell in a Cell match, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, literally should have been it. That should have been it. That was a good bookend for at least for a year. Don't touch each other, don't see each other. For a year. Send Punk to SmackDown or send Rollins to SmackDown and have him finally feud against Cody. Something like that. But you have this reoccurring thing, and that's where I get at with Karrion Kross, because I actually really do care about his career. Like, I want to see him succeed. I want to see him be happy. I don't want to see him sign this contract and him and Scarlett are reduced to working back in main event. Because what fucking good does that do to anybody? I'm not watching main event. You know? So these movements serve a purpose for a time, but it does not change what Triple H and booking are going to do long term. He's already told them, do not book for the IWC. Know what the IWC is? That's all the movements. Triple H was so damn tone deaf, he thought they were saying we want Brock at the end of SummerSlam. Unless he was just trying to play dumb. But for me, like I said, I look at all of this and I just had to get this out there. I want to see Karrion Kross go somewhere where he will succeed because he's good. He's that good. I almost wish LA Knight would go somewhere else where they would actually use them in the main event scene because he's good. You're finna have Seth Rollins hold this belt to WrestleMania just to give it to Roman Reigns to hold for another 6 or 7 months after that. Like, and the cycle would just continue. Karrion Kross is good, man. And he deserves better than the mid-card title. So does LA Knight. And that's my thoughts. That's why I have a problem with the We Want Kross movement, why I have a problem with the We Want Truth movement. These movements work for a time to get these guys deals back. Personally, and this is my last thought, I don't think R-Truth, We Want Truth movement is what got him a contract. I think Rhea Ripley, Dom Mysterio, Damian Priest, people like that stepping up backstage, I think that's what got Truth back. When they were like, yo, he's a locker room leader. And your locker room is real pissed off at you right now, Nick Khan, for not signing him back. I think that's what got his deal done. And I think that's the difference as why they aren't budging with these We Want Kross stuff. And the more these movements happen, the more management is going to dig their feet in and purposely try to go against the movement. So with these movements, are we really doing a good deed or are we fucking them even harder?
First of all,
Bravo.
That
was crazy. Sorry.
No, first of all, bravo, because you nailed it. I would, however, add a few things. And everybody's already heard from last week.
Yep.
My Karrion Kross things, by the way. We Want Kross. I will I will say that for a while. There's a few things I need to get off my chest, because you did a really good job with what you were saying, Virgil. Number one, the fact that people waited to chant Kross's name until shit was getting down to the gridiron in terms of his contract kind of pisses me off. How long have we talked about Killer Kross, Karrion Kross? How many times did we look up at the screen and see Karrion Kross and just be like, man, that's a man that needs to be pushed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And now, everybody's chanting, "We want Kross," and I'm going to chant, "We want Kross," but there's some real ones to that, and there's some fake ones to that. But anyway, the end of the day, Karrion Kross needs to be on WWE. He needs to be in WWE. And that's where I'll disagree with you, Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
And only because I'm assuming all of you have seen the documentary by now, I'm hoping you guys at least saw partial bits of it. Karrion Kross truly is a WWE guy. He is, no matter what. He loves the business. He loves the WWE business. He loves all that. I think he still needs to be there to be able to promote himself. But what pisses me off the most, and I'm going to try not to cut a promo, but it might come out. Why the
We need
fuck?
ratings.
Why the fuck do we get CM Punk versus Seth Rollins every goddamn week when there are so many other talent on that fucking roster? And I'm sorry, but it does piss me off. Every goddamn week, CM Punk is coming out there and calling out who? Who is he calling out, guys?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Only to get his ass kicked. Only to get almost, I mean, to be fair, if you guys watched this past Raw, people were just kind of like, oh yeah, CM Punk. Yeah, CM Punk's coming out. LA Knight. Yeah, LA Knight's coming out. Whatever happened to the true one and done championship title matches? Oh, I lost? Damn. I get bumped down to Intercontinental title, or I get bumped to US title. But no. No. LA Knight loses last like a couple weeks ago, but where does he go, guys? Where does he fucking go? Right back into the damn title match. And now, on top of that, it's Jey Uso. Yeet. Coming out, fucking same time, same place, coming down, getting into the fucking same match. It's getting goddamn old because at the same time, you have people like Aleister Black, who they signed back. He could be in a title running. No. Let's not. We brought Rusev back. No. He's going to be in the same damn fucking rivalry with Sheamus for the past month, 2 months, 3 months. Let's just stick him on Sheamus. Let's just stick him on fucking Sheamus. Let's just keep on doing it. And now, what are we going to do with Sammy? Let's not forget about Sammy. Let's not forget about Sami Zayn. Let's put him now to defeat fucking Rusev. And it's just pissing me the fuck off. And I'm sorry I'm cussing. I'm sorry, guys. But at the end of the day, Triple H has his toys, and he doesn't get over them. For fuck's sake, let's push other people. Let's push other tag teams. You know what? You know what was the big thing last year? Omos. What the fuck did he do? Sat out for a goddamn 6 months to a year, and now he's showing up on AAA, winning a goddamn battle royal. Same match. Roly Poly, what the fuck is his name is in? What are we doing? Seriously. And I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I apologize to everybody involved. But what are we doing?
Hey, don't forget about the only the closest thing to a Demon Finn Balor return we're gonna get is a puppet.
True.
Oh, let's start on that.
Here we go.
Mr. fucking Iguana.
Here we go.
We want to bring Mr. Iguana into pay-per-views so he can do his little puppets like Santino Marella. He might as well be a damn Wish version of Santino. Hold on. But we're sitting here talking about like Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross gets released. But let's push Mr. Iguana. Let's do it. Push a man with a puppet on his fucking hand. Let's do it. Even then, on top of that, where's Dom Mysterio? Oh, he's relegated to the same rivalry with AJ Styles that's been going on for months. They've had how many matches now?
2.
Case in point, Dom Mysterio should be being pushed right now. Should be. Crowd booed him forever. He did his work. What is he doing? Oh, defending the Intercontinental title. But not just defending it. Let's stick all the people we can around him. Let's do this, that, and the other. It's just getting old, boys. It's getting old.
All right. I appreciate your thought process behind all of that. And
I'm sorry,
thank you
boys.
for
I'm sorry.
letting us know, man, how you feel. But I mean, you're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong in anything that you said. Like I said, I mean, it is getting old. And I mean, what's sad is there was a time, a small blip in history where you could go turn to AEW and actually enjoy AEW if WWE sucked. Can't do that anymore. It's like, God, dog, like you really do have to go.
Young Bucks aren't the EVPs anymore, but they're still in the day. I'm not even gonna.
Actually, no. I will say this as somebody who is the guy of the AEW show. The whole Young Bucks thing has been hilarious because they've been taking away like elements of their entrance like every week and just to piss them off. And fucking,
they did bring back Generation Me, which was hilarious.
Yeah, and they super kicked the fuck out of Justin Roberts. That shit was hilarious. But no,
they're
that's
not. See,
what
the whole point was to act like the.
I mean, technically, they're still technically they're
the whole
still
point
MVPs,
was to bring them back down, but they're not back down because guess what? Now they're going to get more over than ever.
Yeah, because that's
still the whole point.
They're still being shown. I mean,
Tony Khan isn't going to get rid of his toys either. So AEW is on my shit list too.
I'll tell you what has been pissing me off with Raw, like the reoccurring theme of Seth, Braun, and Maui basically like jumping the same people every single week and just stealing Jordans. Even though that shit is hilarious, him like carrying both pairs of Jordans around his neck. That shit is hilarious.
The shoe Lafala.
Yeah, the tribal thief is what they calling them now. But no, like that. Outside of that, I just like, all right, how many times y'all gonna jump the same people every week? Like, so it's just like, all right, y'all gotta advance something. Like the good guys gotta have a moment, you know, and then like it's like I'm just waiting for that whole feud to be over. Honestly, I knew the CM Punk Seth Rollins thing.
Don't blink now, because tomorrow night, Scrap Daddy just announced that tomorrow night Roman Reigns returns. So you're gonna, I'm pretty sure you can bet who he's going to.
Fatal 5-way.
Damn it!
No. It's not gonna be a fatal 5-way. It's gonna be a singles match in Paris. Him versus the Shula Fowler.
Oh shoot! Hey boys.
Oh yeah, okay. They ain't got shit else to do. So yeah, that makes sense. I gotta
get going, boys. But
all right, man.
Love
Peace,
you guys. Man. Thank
love
you
too,
all.
bro.
And I apologize if I yelled too much, but
no, you're good.
Passionate about wrestling.
It's all good, man. You're passionate.
We want Kross. I'll see you guys later.
All right, man.
All right. Well, with that being said,
what
guys, it is time for our favorite segment. That is Frito's Fave 5.
It's not the same without him.
Yeah, I'll only do it when he's here. So
yeah,
you're a hoe. You know that? Oh,
oh, respect and honor, Mike. Learn it.
Whatever. You learn. Then fine. Then you learn to respect me as your QB1 and your booking world champion. Respect it. Put your ones up. Come on, put them up.
Virgil, may I say something?
Put my drink up.
Virgil, I, coach, acknowledge that you are not my booking champion.
Look, man,
we are virtual. We are a virtual podcast, so there will be no physical activity to respond to that. So good job,
look, man.
Good job.
Put the damn crown on the damn dome. All right, Virgil, hit my music. Okay, Frito. All right, so coming in at number 5. Ooh, yeah, guys, I got the fresh Zen coming in on the side. All right, so coming in at number 5, the United States champion was doing his thing this past Friday night. A whole show booked around him, pretty much carried by none other than Solo Sikoa and his MFTs. He had the funny segment where he made fun of Sami Zayn's eyes and called him little bug eyes and told him to feast his eyes on the United States Championship. So that was the closest he's going to get to it, and I believe him. So number 5, Solo Sikoa. Number 4, we have Hangman Adam Page. He's been holding it down for AEW. He is your current AEW World Champion. He is set to go one-on-one with MJF. I think he's probably going to end up retaining that title. I think that the Hurt Syndicate is going to end up costing MJF that AEW World Championship. So, with that being said, more reigns, more runs for the Cowboy as he does cowboy shit. Number 3, my favorite tag team right now in wrestling. That's right, in all of wrestling. They are the Buddy Cop movie. They are on Friday Night SmackDown, and there has only been one person that's been able to get Charlotte Flair over and liked by the crowds, and that is Miss Alexa Bliss. That's right. Number 3 is the World Tag Team Women's Champions, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. They have so much fun together, and they have been enjoying their time. Number 2, he is not only the face of NXT, he is also the face of TNA at the same time, simultaneously controlling 2 brands. That's right, y'all. Tricky Baby Williams, Trick and Nay. That's right, Trick Williams is number 2 on the list. Why is he number 2 on the list? Because last Friday night, at TNA Emergence, he beat Moose to retain the TNA World Championship, therefore staying the face of TNA and keeping Moose where he belongs, down on the ground. And then number 1, the man that is trying to become a double champion, 2 places at once. He got screwed this past Sunday, but he will have a rematch for the AAA World Championship. That's right. He is still currently your Intercontinental Champion. I'm talking about Dom Mysterio. Dom has it all. Chicken nuggets, PlayStation, all the women, all the titles. He's over like Rover. His mustache is getting thick, and he's actually starting to grow a beard, and his mullet is even longer and luxurious. The Dom Mysterio has the best life out of everybody, and that is a Fritos of A5. Yeah. All right. I don't know how Fritos talks like that. My voice hurts now. Okay. Coach, what would you rate that?
First off, how he talks like that, it's been like that since high school. Man,
I don't think
he has always talked like that. And I say this with love, Fritos. You know, I mean that as a compliment. But going back to your list, not bad. In fact, what I really liked was the top 3. I love the little hangman throw in there as well. I thought that was a good find. Solo, yeah, I wasn't too sold on Solo there at the end, but either way, I'm gonna give you a solid A-.
Yeah, let's go. Thank you, Coachman. I appreciate you. You're a gentleman and a scholar. All right, see, don't try none of that tricky shit. Just call it right down the middle like it is. You know this list was good, and I explained why this list was good. Now call it like you see it.
Mm-hmm. Solely because of the fact that you mentioned that Chicken A defeated Moose. Amazing words. I love to hear the sound of Moose losing in any capacity. A+.
Yeah.
That's high praise.
That is high praise. I doubted you. See, I actually put that in there specifically for you because I knew that would win you over immediately. I knew that would be my only shot at getting a good grade from you because otherwise you're just gonna flunk me.
I didn't even know Trick retained because they didn't post about it, and so at least I didn't see it. But yeah.
Eventually here, I'm really trying to wait for them to announce their new TV deal, but eventually here we're gonna have to start doing a TNA show just because there's so much TNA stuff going on, which TNA also might end up getting bought out by WWE and being owned by WWE. They have a clause, I think, in whatever contract deal they said that WWE has first right of refusal to sign TNA if they do decide to sell. So be on the lookout for that. But that's our time, y'all. That's been the episode. I appreciate each and every last one of you, from Tank, Virgil, Big Daddy. I was trying to do that before I sneezed. From Tank, Virgil, Big Daddy C, Coach, and Fritos, the Fab Five of the WeBook It podcast. Thank you all so much. And until next time, keep those booking pencils sharp. Keep on booking.